Welcome to Make Pods Great Again. I'm your host, John, back with my girl, Nikki. Nikki, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I am excellent. Before we get started, let's talk about our sponsor this week. Same as the last one, 1040, right?
The 1040 tax challenge. It's basically your last chance because you have until tax day, which is the 15th, or I guess that was like old tax day, but there's an extent. You have until traditional tax day to do 10 burpees and 40 air squats. That's it. So easy. And if you do it and you enter the 1040 tax challenge and you sign up on their website and enter your video onto competition corner, post it online, all the good stuff, you can win $1,040 to Rogue, which everybody wants and needs, especially right now because the world is still cray and it's hard to get to the gym. So do it. Definitely do it.
Yes. Think about all the stuff you can buy with that $1,000 at Rogue.
Yes, and we'll post the link. Also worth noting that if you win, so the fastest man and woman will win. If you post it on social, you can win. So you don't have to even be the fastest. There's a random drawing off social. And the gym with the most participation also can win some equipment for the box. So get all your friends to do it. Also worth mentioning that if you win, you get to use our tax software and actually get your shit done on time. Yay, the government will not come after you. So
I wonder if that's their official plug on their website, get your shit done.
Get your shit done. It should be. If it's not, it should be 1040.com. Get your shit done.
Yes.
By tax day.
You should be in marketing. You should totally be in marketing.
Oh, funny you mentioned that.
I know.
But yes, it's your last chance. So sign up.
Everybody jump in. All right. Well, with that, let's get on to the show and our newly christened "Make Feet Great Again" with Dani Speegle, second in the U.S. right in quarterfinals.
Yes.
OMG! Congrats!
Thank you so much. Oh, I'm feeling the love, guys.
I know.
Way
to put those 16 and 17-year-olds in their place. That was good.
Oh, dude, they holy shit, they are coming for blood. They are so good. It's kind of incredible. I'm like here for it. I was like, yes, guys. 17 years old, just kicking ass. It's really incredible.
Yeah, but you can drive and stuff, so that's cool. You know.
You can drink if you really want to. So like, oh damn it. Well, you should sign up for the 1040 tax challenge.
I was like, dang, this challenge sounds kind of nice.
Yeah, seriously.
I can do 40 air squats kind of fast.
Yeah, exactly.
Except for I have figured out that there are a lot of people in this world who do pistols faster than I do air squats.
What?
I've learned this during this quarterfinal. I was like watching people's videos and people can do pistols faster than I can do air squats. And I am humbled. Truly.
Oh,
yeah.
How do they pull this off? How is that even possible?
I don't know. Are they Russian? The Russian dancers?
Yes, they are.
Right?
They are my people.
Yeah.
Yes.
They are my people. They look like that when they're doing pistols.
Like
they're
just
so
that little.
One of these.
You guys got to watch this on YouTube to see this little move Dani pulled off. It was
I think the rule is
awesome.
you have to be wearing like a tall furry hat in order to be able to do that. Actually.
Oh well, then they should really get disqualified for event 2 for the quarterfinals.
They should absolutely.
Where are the judges?
Come on, people! Oh my goodness! That's wild. I am friggin' made of questions about how your weekend went. But first of all, what's your body doing? Like, how are you feeling right now? You just went through the ringer over the course of a few days. Like,
I had trouble walking there for a bit. My quads were so incredibly sore. And I actually don't remember the last time that my body felt that sore. My quads were really, really, really feeling it. I just today, we actually did the workouts Thursday, Friday. So I know a lot of people spread it out over 4 days. Me and Reagan Huckabee decided that we were just going to do Thursday, Friday, get it done, one and done, and just, wipe our hands of quarterfinals and go enjoy the weekend.
Totally fair.
And but we did end up getting very, very sore. Today was the first day where I felt somewhat normal. So really struggling with stairs, going to the bathroom. I mean, everything was living. Yeah. So everything was kind of hard. And then over the weekend, we really just kind of were like celebratory mode. We ate disgusting amounts of food. So I went from like so sore to so large and sore that I just like I couldn't move. I was like, this is such a bad combination. I have
Fun
gained
fact.
34 pounds and can't like yeah.
Yeah, fun fact, so large and sore is my actual new nickname these days.
Yeah. So like I pulled a Nikki this weekend.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yes, I'm currently, birthing several food babies. So it's a process. Yeah.
Understood. I fully understand. When you like eat so much and you're so full and it's sitting like way at the top of your stomach, like pushing on your rib cage, and you're like, I've made a mistake, and you can't breathe.
Uh-huh. And see, the mistake that I did is like, I can't breathe. Oh my God. I'm like, but yeah, let's go get ice cream.
Yeah. But one more bite.
But
yeah,
one more
every
pint.
meal.
It was one more pint for me. It wasn't one more bite. I was such an asshole this weekend. So yeah, we're
every
recovering.
meal for me now, literally, where I'll like sit on the couch and Matt will be like, why did you eat the whole burrito? You know you're going to be sick. Like, you don't have room for that amount of food anymore, Nikki. And I'm like, I'm going to try though. So bad.
That's me every time. Every time people are like, are you sure you're going to finish? And I'm like, is that a challenge? And I proceed to make myself sick. So, yeah.
Good habit. It's a good habit. Yeah.
It's
John,
really,
do you have these problems?
Of course I do.
Of course.
Why would I not eat as much as possible? I was at a wedding this weekend and there was a buffet and it was like barbecue. It was in Mississippi. It was barbecue. And I'm sorry, you can't put like pulled pork and beans and slaw and cornbread and all the barbecue fixins and not expect me to make myself sick. You just can't.
No, totally. Of course. Of course.
You also ever can't load that particular type of food into rational portions on a plate. No. You always have to get like 18 plates. And it's just like, that's like a law. It's a rule.
Yeah.
So
it's like serving size gallon bucket from Depot. Yeah.
Yes.
So we did this 2 nights. We had buffet 2 nights in a row, and in between I went to the gym and did a horrible workout, and I hated myself for it. That's where I get into trouble. I eat like crap the night before, and then I get up the next morning and you're still in the food coma hangover feeling, and I just went and got my ass kicked. It was terrible. It was absolutely.
That's when you're supposed to bro out, John. You're supposed to like do bicep curls and just like let your stomach chill. Right. Which is what I did today. I was a bro today in the gym. I was over there doing like bent over rows, grunting because my stomach was so full. I was like, I might throw up.
Look, I would have, but I get to this gym, and because they know me, but they don't see me very often. They pair me up with this guy, and one of the members is like, please make him pay, like, hurt him in this workout. And my ego I know. And my ego got the better of me. It was a 30-minute AMRAP, right?
Oh, and already it sucks.
Yeah.
I'm out.
I was great for 15 minutes. Like it had a salt bike and dumbbell clean and jerks and burpees. And those are all kind of like pretty good movements for me. And so I was pushing really hard for the first 15 minutes, thinking, all right, I'm going to wear this guy down and then he's going to hit the wall and it's going to be over. And I was right. He did hit the wall, and by he, I mean me. It was terrible.
That's the worst, when you're like, they're going to hit the wall and then you hit the wall and you're like, dang.
Oh, no, here was the worst. Then the worst was Professor Positive starts coaching me.
Oh no.
And I'm like, dude, I have forgotten more about CrossFit than you can teach me. And by the way, like, don't start like giving me the positive cheers. I'm not working because I don't want to. I'm not working because I can't. All right.
Note to self, never be John's partner. The morning after he had a buffet.
Come on, there's nothing worse than the guy going, just step into your burpees. It'll make it easier on you. And I'm like, no, like, I know it would make it easier for me right now. It's called quitting. And I'm not doing that.
You ever heard of hair of the dog?
It's called going back to the buffet.
Back to the buffet.
I was so close to throwing up. I have not thrown up in a workout in my life, and I got so close.
Yeah, not fun.
Yeah, it was not good. Not good.
So the overall test, lots of different types of things that you had to put your body through. What's your sort of vibe on how this was? This is the first time we've seen this kind of test, this kind of format.
This kind of format. I like it. I liked the 3 weeks of the open. To be honest with you, 5
Same.
weeks always felt like so long. Like everyone is so hype and ready to go by week 1. And then really week 3 is always where like the intensity is. And then, you hit week 4 and you're like, dang, we had 2 more weeks. So
Shit.
I, so I liked the 3-week open. I thought it was great. And I liked the quarterfinals. I like it when they kind of condense it so much and give you so many workouts that really you have to put your body really through it if you want to like repeat workouts. And it's really meant for it to be like one and done. You're supposed to just have like a competition weekend. I like it when online qualifiers do that because sure, like sometimes you want to repeat, but I actually think it's a truer test if your score is the first time that you go out and do it and you don't get to learn from it and you have to actually just like handle it as is the first time. So I liked the setup of the quarterfinals. I know people were able to redo some. I personally just did one and done. But I liked the setup. I liked the test. I found it kind of strange that we didn't really pull from. There's like no pulling at all. Like we had snatches, but then that's it. Everything else was legs, and more legs with a dash of legs.
And some legs on the side.
Yeah. And like in my head, I was like, well, they tested one thing in the open, they tested something else in the quarterfinals. And then I was like, so they'll probably, test something else in the semis. But then I forgot that they're all going to be different. It's kind of like the sanctionals again, where things are going to be different. It's not going to be like regionals where everyone does the same thing. So I was like, well, okay. But I had fun. Like I thought the workouts were great. I loved seeing, it still felt like an open. So I love seeing things like GHD sit-ups and rope climbs in an open style thing. So I thought it was great. I had a blast. I like the workouts.
Cool. I kind of agree with you. Like, I know that it was difficult for some people. And I heard some people talking about like, anyone who has other jobs and stuff, like had a hard time, like doing things on a Friday or whatever. But I do agree with you that the way that they set it up made it much more aligned with like a competition weekend. Like you could redo things. Yeah. You could like set your schedule and figure it out, but you couldn't redo a Thursday thing by Sunday. So like it set it up to be more of a streamlined test, which just honestly felt like a really good middle step. It was like the open, you can redo things as many times as you want. The quarterfinals, you can like strategize, and probably it's harder to redo things. If you really have to, you can, but you got to like finagle it. And then we go to a competition weekend where it is just straight through. And it kind of, it felt like a cool progression to me. I liked watching it.
Yeah, I thought it was great. I loved it.
What I loved is it brought back that feeling you get from regionals where you see like names you've never seen before, like jumping up the leaderboard.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you got to start like, the CrossFitter meets like investigating who the hell are these people? Like, why are they ranked so high? And some of them turned like, there were a couple that I knew, like people I've run into or friends. And all of a sudden I'm like, what are you doing ranked 50th? Like, how did that happen?
Who is you?
Well, there's a friend of mine, she's a coach at Scott's Gym. But she was going there when I was training there. She was just a member like the rest of us, and she went and got her L1 and she was always a very good CrossFitter, but I never thought of her as, a main competitor. She beat China Show. She finished 52nd. I'm like, what the hell you been doing for the last 2 years, girl? Jesus, this is great.
Awesome.
That's awesome though. I love it. Yeah, I agree with you. I love it. It really does brings the community back in a way that we lost a little bit during like the sanctional year. But which I love that we have it back. I do miss sanctionals. Like I know it would be kind of impossible to run right now, but I miss like the whole like traveling and everything. Yeah, it was so great.
It was so fun. And you had the opportunity to go to like so many different parts of the world that you might not normally go to.
Yeah.
I do miss that. I like a streamlined season. So I get where I'm happy that there aren't 28 potential qualifying event. Like that was too much. We're in a much better place now, but like I just miss in general like being able to travel for CrossFit and having different opportunities out there to either qualify or just win money, you guys, like advance your careers or just get exposed to different like programs and different places around the world. Hopefully there's a light at the end of the tunnel though. Hopefully like the world is going slightly more back to normal and we'll be able to do it more often.
Well, we're starting to get some sanctionals. Are you going to do any?
Hopefully, yeah. Oh, sorry. You probably weren't
No.
talking to me.
No, but I hope you do too, Nikki.
I hope so.
I
So
almost-
does anyone want to do a broadcast? Call me.
Oh my God. For everyone
Oh
listening,
my
Nikki,
God.
for everyone listening, Nikki's a professional, a total professional. She does this for a living. This is great. She gets hired to do
That
this.
was
Definitely, we're not talking
that
to
was
me.
the best. That was beautiful.
I just cut all of this out of the show.
No, I'm
Immediately
leading
she's
with
like,
this.
yes.
Yeah, I
I
really
am.
want to.
Yes.
Nikki, we can do a team.
Can we?
Yeah. Only if
Fantastic.
John's on it though.
Mm-hmm. I don't think so. How about are you going to do the?
Lose.
How about the Mac? We go do the Mac. That was the first place I ever saw you compete. Not you, Nikki.
He's
He's
Danny.
not talking to me.
Yeah, not
He's
you,
talking
Nikki.
to you.
Yeah, I'm talking to Nikki this time.
If the information has been released about how people are getting seeded into the semis, I'm in the dark, so I have no idea. I'm guessing that they probably will just go down the leaderboard and ask what everyone's preference is, or be like, this is where you got picked to go. This is your second alternative. Would you rather have your alternative? So I'm guessing it's something like that. My preference would be obviously the West Coast Classic, just so I don't have to travel across the
Right.
country. But I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. So we'll just see. I heard DC actually isn't in DC.
Yeah,
It's in Tennessee.
Yeah, Knoxville. They're going to do it where the Volunteers play in whatever that arena is. I forget what it's called, but
Yeah, so I think that would be a good one. I mean, Granite Games is always a fun. Like I loved Granite Games every single year I've gone. So over there, I've heard that West Coast Classic might actually not be in Del Mar. It might be in Las Vegas. So seems like I'll be traveling no matter what.
Somewhere.
So I'm somewhere.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll just kind of see where they put me. To be honest with you, wherever they put me, I'll probably will just like say yes, unless if for some reason they've put me in like a virtual one. That's my only like no.
Yeah, I have
No,
to.
no, no.
I have to imagine that it's going to somewhat be geographically based. It has to. Like, I think when they first made the plan, we kind of hoped we were a little bit further out from the restrictions that we're still in, unfortunately. And now that we're still in them, I like that they have this kind of contingency where they've got them spaced and some are now virtual for the places that obviously can't, like, I think Canada's closest to us technically here on the East Coast, but like no one can cross the border. So it just feels like it's got to be somewhat,
Yeah.
I think
what you can. I mean, obviously,
yeah.
I think the Canada athletes will stay up there, but I think for, like the US, it would make sense if they just went down the leaderboard and they went like first place is going here, second, third, fourth, fifth, and they kind of went there. So it's not like they just take everyone in this region and put them into an event, because if you have seen everyone's moved, and it would really suck to have, if you look at the leaderboard, you can say like there are like, the 40 athletes who you really think should probably go to the games, and it would suck to have all of them in one event.
You're so right. Yeah.
So I think they might try to like spread out the leaderboard in that kind of sense. At least I hope so, because it will suck if there's like 20 athletes who really should, who in everyone's eyes would have earned a spot to the CrossFit Games, and only 5 get to go out of that 20. That would just be a bummer for the sport.
Right, exactly. Because not only are they going to be competing against each other, like if the top 10 were all at the same event, like that would suck for them to be able, like only half of them are going to be able to go. And then I also think that would suck for the event, because then that means that there's going to be events out there that don't have some super high ranking athletes to like draw a crowd or draw sponsors or draw whatever they need to, because they're still operating, with as sort of independent events. I know they're part of the CrossFit sort of sphere, but you want everything to sort of be nice and
yeah.
even.
So I think they should, or at least I hope that they're gonna like keep that in the back of their minds. So
yeah, it's interesting.
We'll
I didn't even think about that. Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
you did move. You did move all the way to the West
I
Coast.
did.
How is
I
that
know.
going?
It is wonderful. San
Yeah.
Diego is treating me very, very nicely. The weather, is great. I'm outside right now.
It's
Great.
like beautiful where you are. Oh my God.
Yeah. And it's a good change. Everyone who asks me about why I move, I always say like the same thing. I had the best support system that I could have ever asked for in Florida. And I was surrounded by people who loved me and did everything in their power to watch me succeed, help me succeed, make sure that I was taken care of in every aspect that I could ever, imagine. But it's different when the people who are surrounding you and supporting you are doing that and then also doing their own lives. Whereas here, everyone here is, loving and supporting and also chasing the same goal. So it's just different kinds of support systems. I felt so incredibly loved and blessed in Florida, but here I am also supported and surrounded by people who are chasing the same dream. So every single day, every training session, everyone's in the gym hungry instead of me just like, kind of eating alone and just having people cheer me on. It's just different. And so that's like the biggest takeaway is it is nice to have a training support system instead of just a loving support system. So
do you
great.
think that's going to change your, I don't know, not make you better, because you obviously like that comes from within as well, but is it going to change?
It will make me better. Yeah, okay. Absolutely. I mean, if you think about it, there's only so much you can train alone, regardless if you are someone who just wants to be, healthy, or if you want to go win the CrossFit Games. There is only so much you can mentally take of pedaling on the echo bike by yourself, doing intervals by yourself. And, I think a lot of people have realized that through this past year, through quarantine, you go crazy when you're by yourself.
Totally.
And just like that, being in a gym and like having to push yourself and, be rolling on the ground, like there's only so much pain you can put yourself in by yourself. And you push harder when you're with other athletes, other people. It makes it so much easier to get up on the days that you don't want to get up, because you're like, I got 10 people at the gym waiting for me. Like I can't just like lay in bed. When you're only holding yourself accountable, like it's a different level of, no, I have to go to the gym, instead of like, no, I have to go to the gym because I have 10 people waiting on me. And so it just makes it easier to keep yourself accountable. And so yes, like it comes within 100%, but having people around like will make me better. It already is. So it's been a little over a month and I already am seeing like, I'm like reaping the benefits of this move. So it should only continue from here.
That's awesome.
It feels like the year of the moves for athletes. Like it's been interesting for me to see, like a couple of years ago when they changed up the team format, you saw a bunch of people move so they could, or teams starting to join and compete together, from gyms all over the place. And now that they've changed the format, I feel like I'm seeing athletes like yourself. I was just looking at Chandler's today, for instance, it's out in Boston training. Amanda Barnhart's out there now. And so it's interesting seeing all the elite athletes starting to train together to get that extra push.
I mean, for the longest time, everyone was like, no, I'm going to keep all of my training secrets to myself. Like, I'm not sharing anything and I'm not going to let you know like what I'm doing differently. But to be honest, everyone's so full of shit, because everyone, no matter what, like we're all doing the same thing.
Yeah.
We really are. In essence, we're doing the same thing, and we might just be doing subtle things a little differently. Someone might be, Metcon based in their training. Someone might be accessory based, strength based. Someone might be building strength, someone might be, conditioning, but in essence, we're all doing the same thing year round. Our training isn't like, no one's out there with this huge secret. Just people work harder, and they might, work on their weaknesses more than other people work on their weaknesses. So, once Tia and Matt started training together and we're still dominant, everyone was like, all right, so the secret actually is we need to stop just being like petty assholes, and we just need to actually train together, because we're all in these like individual little groups or just individual. And then we go to a competition. We're like, dang, I'm not as good as I thought I was. This blows. So now everyone was like, the secret is like, you actually need to train with other people. Like it's not sustainable to travel all year and like go and work out here and then go work out here. Like, it just is tiring to travel that much. You don't do it as much as you say you're going to do it. So I think everyone just like, it kind of just happened. Like everyone kind of the light bulb went off, obviously, like this year for everybody. And I saw it happening and I just was like, all right, well, like, yeah, it's the year. Like I am going to be left behind if I don't make the move like this year. So it has to happen. And I think everyone just kind of started, like, it just snowballed. One person did it and we're like, okay, it's the year.
I tell you what I appreciate about you though, Dani, is that, following you on Instagram, like a lot of the athletes, they're still protective of a lot of the stuff they do. And like, I'll watch them and in between workouts, they're doing Instagram lives and they're eating like a grain of rice and smelling a piece of chicken, and like, that's it. I flip
Licking
over.
an apple.
Yeah. Just kind of waving it past them, and I flip over to Danny's and it's like a box of a dozen donuts. And every donut has a bite out of it. Every single one.
Yeah, dude.
I'm like, this, like, you're my spirit animal. Like, you don't give a fuck. She's just like, I am all in, just going to live my life. I'm going to be happy. I'm going to work out a bunch. And then like the following panel, she'll be laying there, like rubbing her belly, like she just ate the whole box. It's absolutely the best.
Which I probably did.
I mean,
it's the best though, because I think people look at that and they go, all right, like, here's an elite athlete that works really hard, but also isn't punishing themselves and suffering 24/7. And so that's kind of a lot of joking to say, I really appreciate you doing it, because I think you're helping people understand, like, you got to live your life some. You can't just live in this little CrossFit bubble.
They're just like us.
They're just like us.
And like, that is something that I've always tried to, let people know is we are like, just like normal people. We do just get to eat a little more because we work out so much. And people always ask, like, they seem so shocked. They're like, how do you eat like that? And I was like, well, I work out probably 10 times the amount that you do, but it's what I love to do. And this is the reason why I got into CrossFit, is I wanted to be healthier. I wanted my body to change. I wanted to have fun. I loved what I was doing. And now it's just kind of like, it's such a blessing that I get to do what I love to do and also call it a job, a profession. And I never signed up for something that was going to make me unhappy. And so I'm not going to let something that made me so happy turn my life upside down to where I don't enjoy life. Cause I love CrossFit. I'm doing well, but I'm also I'm going to eat the donut. I'm not going to like be on my deathbed going like, dang, I never stood on that podium and I didn't eat that donut.
Yeah.
Shit. So hopefully, like, I want to do both. I'm going to get on the podium and I'm going to eat the donut. And like, that's always been my thing, is I want the best of both worlds. I don't want to like take away half of it to obtain the other half. And I think it's possible. I mean, you also see people, you see Tia. I just saw her story on the other day. She was eating ramen or pho or something like that, like a big bowl of noodles. And, it's good. It's good. I think it's healthy. I think it's mentally healthy, emotionally healthy. My soul couldn't take just being like, no, we're going to go 360 days of, being on a diet. And then we'll take, 5 days to like enjoy life. I would be unhappy. Yeah. So to each their own. There are some athletes out there who can wake up every single day, eat the same, chicken breast and rice and broccoli. And they are like, maybe happy. They seem happy. And they're okay with that.
They're faking it so
I'm not
hard.
Convinced, but
I know they're faking it. I know it because there's one thing.
Chicken, like
there's one thing about being disciplined when you need to, right? So like Steph stayed here this past weekend while she was competing at our gym, and watching her like warm up her rice during competition weekend, like in the microwave, she'd be like putting it in and like staring at me while I eat like chips and dip because I'm a mess these days. And she's just like so unhappy, like eating her rice. And being like, God, I can't wait until Sunday, when we had on pre-order 14 of the world's most giant donuts that we ate all of. Yeah, exactly. It was like the whole plan for the weekend. But it was like, it's one thing to be disciplined when you know you need to. You don't want to wake up having the John barbecue hangover and then go do a quarterfinals workout. But afterwards you get the donuts and the ice cream and the few days off before you got to do it again. And you got to do it again kind of soon. The season progresses very quickly from here.
For some people it will progress pretty quickly, because I think the first semi it's like mid-May or something like that. Yeah. The one that I would like to be seated in, like if it is Del Mar, like the West Coast Classic, or I guess Vegas or whatever, that won't be until end of June. Yeah. So it kind of depends, but regardless if I go to the earliest one or the latest one, I will have a couple of celebratory days after that as well, just like I had after the quarterfinals. I just, I'm someone who needs it. I've never been like super neurotic with anything when it comes to CrossFit, besides the fact that I do CrossFit every single day. It's more of, if my body needs a rest day, I take a rest day. Even if like, on the program it says I have a 2-session day, I'm like, do I? And so, and there's always a difference between like pushing when you're just like a little tired and then when your body needs the break. And I've always been someone who will listen to my body if it needs a break. I'm someone who, again, after an event, I eat everything in sight and I just enjoy life. So I've never been able to be like that neurotic athlete who is on it 24/7. There are athletes out there and they do very well, but some of them actually don't do very well because they don't have balance in their life. And I think you see that a lot. I think you see that more often than not. The athletes who don't have balance are the ones who are continuously peaking too early or always injured or, things like that. And I just think you need the balance. So I've always been happy having the balance.
Are you blaming their injuries on lack of donuts? Is that what you're saying?
Ooh,
I think that's what you're saying.
Sounds like.
That's what it sounds like.
I mean, I'm pretty strong and I eat a lot of donuts. So I think there's some kind of correlation.
Science says.
How long did it take you to find the best donuts in San Diego?
Ooh.
Day one. I found them before, like when I visited San Diego before I had moved. Like I asked everybody. I straight up asked Instagram. I was like, all right, let's go. Let me hear it. And I did. And they're great. They're so amazing. They had a Harry Potter donut the last time.
Which one?
A butterbeer donut.
Yes, that's my favorite. We have a shop here that rotates donuts every month. And sometimes they'll bring back like their favorites from the past. And the butterbeer one is like hardcore, not just because we're fans in this household, but hardcore our favorite for sure.
Yes. This one was great. It had a maple bacon huge cinnamon roll, which was the first thing that I demolished. And then it had so many, but the ones that I personally got was that. And then I got the butterbeer, and then I got like a peanut butter and jelly. So good. A Nutella. There was a Pop-Tart donut that had a legit Pop-Tart inside the donut. Like it was a donut Pop-Tart inside the donut. What? I freaked out. Yeah. A s'mores donut with a s'mores Pop-Tart in the donut. You're hearing me right. I was like, what? Yeah, my phone. And then I got
I'm coming right now. Let's go.
Come on. You should come after Simmy's. I'll take you to the donut bar. It's called the Donut Bar.
I'm gonna come.
Perfect name.
I'm gonna be
and
huge.
It's right next to the taco shop, which is like some of the best burritos. So you get a burrito and a donut, and then there's a coffee shop, and it's just like boom, boom, boom.
How far away is this from your place? Like, can you walk there? Because
Too close. No, thank God.
I hope it's really close to like a Porta-John or something.
No, when you're a professional donut demolisher, also burrito demolisher, also I run on coffee, your body adapts. You just take it all in, and then your system is good to go.
It like, it just tightens the belt, and it's like, bring it on. Yeah. And then we got to loosen the belt, and, Yeah. Wow. But what is dangerously close to my place though is shaved ice cream. You ever had shaved ice cream?
Yes.
Not shaved ice. Shaved ice cream.
Yes,
it's not the one where they roll it up into circles, right? Like
that's rolled ice cream.
Right.
Shaved ice cream is the sluttiest of all ice creams.
Explain.
Fact.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, she is such a dangerous little beast.
I know.
So they take a block of ice cream and freeze it so cold that they literally put it in like a shaved ice machine and then shave a block of ice cream.
Huh.
Yeah. And this place is great. They have all these. I get the Vietnamese coffee and the Nutella mix, and then I put mochi and boba on it. Oh, so good.
So it's so cold and so squishy.
Yes, squishy. It's squishy for me.
Do they call this the white girl special? Because that sounded like the most white girl ice cream.
I love it. Oh my God, Vietnamese coffee and Nutella.
So good. Yeah.
So wait, if it's shaved, it's shaved, but it's not ice, it's ice cream. So it like melts in your mouth, but it's creamy? It's
like, yes, it's like so light. Oh, it's just, I can't even describe it. it's just the best thing that you'll ever put in your mouth. Well, it's one of the best. There's so many good things to put in your
so
mouth
many
in
good
San
things to put
Diego.
in your mouth.
Yes.
This
In
is
San
the
Diego, especially.
this is the
Can
clip
you
I'm using to promo this show.
Cut
There
it
we- yes.
from it's light and creamy all
It's
the way
light
up
and creamy,
to
and Danny's going, there's so many good things to put in your mouth.
put in
Yes.
your mouth.
That's
Yeah.
gonna be the whole clip. We're gonna
We
have like
actually
10.
call it
Beautiful.
we call it a mouth hole on this show.
Yes, it's a mouth hole. Put it in your mouth hole.
Yeah, we figured
in
that
your
out
mouth
when we
hole.
were working with Airwave. It's a mouth hole.
Yeah.
It is a mouth hole.
Yeah.
And I have a huge mouth hole.
Can fit so many things
Can fit so many things.
all at
It's
once.
my best trait.
Donuts, burritos, coffee.
Yeah.
At the same
As
time.
soon as I retire from CrossFit, I really do think I'm going to go into competitive eating, but not with hot dogs. Like with anything but hot dogs. It really turns off the whole sport for me.
Hot dog eating is
Like why
so
can't we
aggressive.
competitively eat tacos? I feel like it's just as good as a hot dog. Like cinema wise.
I think
like
it's more of a
entertainment-wise.
more of a sport because there's so much filling in a taco or a burrito.
And if you do competitive tacos, you just slip in a fucking hot one. And then you got to handle the heat.
Oh my
Hot
God.
dogs aren't hot. They're just
Gross.
slippery things. Yeah.
I think that's the competition is everyone has like 40 tacos in front of them.
Yeah.
And one of them has like some insane
Ghost pepper
hot sauce.
or whatever
You
the
don't-
reaper
but you don't know.
whatever.
And
You don't know.
they can all pick them up in whatever order, and that's the competition is who has the fiery poops first, really.
You know,
Yes, really.
Every time we have Danny on, there's a point of the show in which I have completely lost control. Completely. And I just sit here silent, listening to like the ramblings of two mad women. And tonight it was about 40 minutes in.
I think we just came up with the best
I think the first time we got onto it about 5 minutes in. So this is progress. You are learning to control us just bit by bit.
I was actually thinking that we made a long time. It actually sounded like a real interview, like we're talking about real stuff. I know. Impressive.
Fitness and the move and quarterfinals, and then competitive eating came in, and we lost it.
We did.
Shoving it in your mouth hole.
Oh, shoving fiery ghost peppers in your mouth hole, and then you have the fire shits. I just think that this is going to demonstrate a lot more skill than dipping some soggy ass buns in water. Like I'm not impressed.
Yeah. Except for, have you ever seen a watermelon eating challenge? And have you seen those men go to town on a watermelon?
Hold on, no. Is that
now that is some entertainment, to be honest with you. To see some men just slurping up a watermelon in 0.2 seconds, I'm here for it. They got big old mouth holes.
Wow. I didn't know that was a thing. Are they seedless?
Oh, yeah. No, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. I don't think they give a fuck. They're just it's just gone.
Slurping it up.
How do they do it? How do they do it again? How's it go?
And it's done. I swear it's that fast. Swear to God, guys, you should look. Yes.
I'm good.
It's like not even a second. You should. It's actually impressive. It actually really is impressive. You think crushing a watermelon in between your thighs is impressive? No. Eating a watermelon in just one swoop is impressive.
Those are the guys that need a fucking OnlyFans.
That's what I would subscribe.
They probably have one.
They
probably have one. When you think
should.
They probably do. Yeah.
I had somebody.
He's getting his phone. He's looking.
No.
Log into your OnlyFans and see if you can search.
Yeah.
Competitive watermelon.
I'm gonna create my own OnlyFans. This is gonna be my page.
You're just reposting competitive watermelon eating.
I'm gonna start eating watermelon. No, some dude messaged me today and it goes, "Thanks to your podcast, I noticed all the weird things." And he sent me some link to some girl's Q&A that said, "Show me your feet." And I'm like, how appropriate on the night we're having Danny on.
How appropriate.
All the weirdos out there. Speaking of, have you gone on the Feet Wiki yet?
Oh.
Nicole, she's like,
Wiki feet. I'm like, well,
Wiki feet.
Because John, this is the backstory. Is John found the website called WikiFeed. Don't know how he found it.
Someone sent it to me.
I'm sure.
Yes,
someone sent it to you.
I'm sure.
They sent it to me, quote unquote, air quotes.
So John sends us this this dual text that's like, hey, have you seen this website called WikiFeet? And Danny's like immediate response is like, I feel like I'm already on WikiFeet.
No,
Yeah,
look,
I just like as soon as he was like, hey, WikiFeet, I was like, there's my feet are all over this. I know it. They're gonna be like the fitness feet or the veiny feet or something like that, or the feet on like gym floors. And I did,
Ugh.
I did go and look at it. I looked at it and like it's like the main page. I didn't get very far because I was like, I know I could easily spend too much time on this and then I'll feel gross. So I'm gonna like take a quick look and get out of here. But they have like feet of the day. Like they got feet of the day.
No.
Oh yeah. Have you haven't been on it?
I haven't went. No, I didn't click. I didn't take the clickbait.
You should have taken the bait. It's pretty interesting.
Here's where I found it. Now that I remember, it was on Twitter. It was the woman who she wrote an article. She writes for, I don't know, like a major publication. And some dude came up to her and said, hey, like a friend of hers, are you on WikiFeet? And she's like, what are you talking about?
What the fuck is that?
And he saw her feet on this.
How did he know they were hers?
He recognized
is what I want to know.
I didn't read the article. I don't know. I was just like, I couldn't get past the fact.
Suspect.
I could not get past the fact there's a WikiFeet page, So I'm like, oh my God, I got to send it to you guys.
I was not compelled to click because I don't feel like I'm on it, because my one incident of accidentally sending foot pics to that Craigslist shoe listing was so long ago that I feel like those foot pictures have expired. But I will say, a million years ago, when I was a TV news anchor and reporter, there was a website and I doubt it still exists. I really hope it doesn't. There was a website literally about like reporters in boots. I'm not making this up. And it was like someone somewhere made like an old school website, like an EX page or something, with like screenshots of news reporters out in the field or in the studio wearing boots.
Oh my God.
Were you a boot wearer?
Yeah, of course I was. I had to lug around all my own equipment all the fucking time.
Oh, Nikki.
So here's a weird thing.
Nikki in boots.
So we're at this wedding this weekend, and I've got these my sisters there and her grandchildren who are 6 and 9, and my oldest daughter who's 19 is like around them. And I don't even know what they're talking about, anime and gaming and like all this stuff. And at some point, my oldest daughter goes, "Oh, I bet they're furries." And like the youngest kid goes, "I bet they are furries." And she's like, "You know what a furry is?" And it's like, I'm like, how has the world gotten so weird that furries are mainstream now?
They are so mainstream now.
It's crazy.
I know. Isn't that bizarre?
It's totally bizarre.
It used to be so underground, and now it's just like
that's the point. And so now I feel like this feet thing's gonna, like, this WikiFeet's gonna be totally mainstream in like a year.
I don't know.
Guys?
Well, no,
Guys?
Don't say it. Don't say no.
Guys, what's a furry?
No.
Oh my God. I love teaching Dani new things.
I can't. We can't do it on the podcast. She's going to have to just Google it.
I'll send you a link.
Okay.
Yeah.
Furry,
is it like furry or furries?
People like to dress up like animals. They dress up like cats and dogs and bears and like it's a cultural thing. It's also a
sexual thing.
Yeah, no, I'm reading it on Urban Dictionary right now.
It's happening. It's happening right now, live on this podcast.
Dani's learning. She's learning on this podcast.
Yeah, it's a thing. There's varying degrees of involvement,
Yeah. I am. It kind of makes me appreciate that people just ask for my feet instead of like, hey, can you dress up like a bear? I'd be like,
I'd be like, well, I'm going to have to up my price for that. My Venmo is, and.
Yeah. Yes. Dang. Yeah. You always just wonder how that becomes a person's likes. I always just wonder. Just wonder. What happened?
I wonder how you find out that you're into those things. Like, what was it? What's the show? It's not My Strange Addiction. It's the other one, but it's about like weird sexual fetishy type things.
I don't know. I don't know, Nikki, what are you watching?
I don't know. It was one of those like educational, like this is what some people are into. And I'll never forget, it was like an episode about people who are like really aroused by balloons.
Dang.
Yeah, I know. And they like
Like
it was like a
the
documentary.
Or like
Yeah, like
popping?
like when they blow them up, they have a certain shape, and that's like a thing. And then when they pop, that's like another thing.
Oh
And they
yeah,
like
the
get
popping.
together.
The popping.
Yeah, it was John's. John was actually in the show.
Yeah.
But I always am like, how do you find out? Because like I am not gonna kink shame anyone. Everyone can just do their own thing. Like, how do you find out that that's what you're into? Like, what is the
one that
trigger
I
point?
want to know how you find out. Have you heard about the one where like, you know, like someone's a rider and someone's the horse, and they like literally put halters in like people's mouths and walk them and trot them like horses? Have you heard of that one? I saw it on a Bones episode. Do you watch Bones?
No.
Temperance Brennan?
I'm not. I'm not surprised though at this. It sounds a little
Yeah.
like the
No,
little
but
like
I'm
the
wondering.
furry
I'm
thing.
wondering. But yeah, but I'm like wondering, you know, how do you get involved in that? Does someone just like stick a metal rod in your mouth and you're like, whoa, yep, this
Wow.
is it.
Oh my God, I'm a
Instant
horse.
boner. I had no
Clarity.
idea. So weird.
Oh God.
I don't know.
Again, no judgment. I just am so curious, but like,
Same.
you know, how do you ask, hey, what are you into? Is it anything weird that I can
Is anything
pick your
weird?
brain about?
And then can you tell me your backstory?
There has to be. Don't you? Wouldn't there be? There has to be code words. There has to be, because I can't imagine going on a date with someone and going, "Hey, I'd really like it if you put this saddle on me and let me bite on this metal rod and you walk me around the house like a show horse."
No,
Like,
that's like a third date situation.
Is
at
it?
least.
Maybe
at
fourth.
least, maybe fourth.
Maybe fourth. Maybe fourth if you're like really considerate.
Yeah, you got to build up some trust first. I assume. I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe.
On the upside, they'd feed you apples and sugar cubes, and that's pretty cool.
Actually, I could get down for that. That doesn't sound
Yeah,
like a
dang,
kink that I'd
maybe
be
you know
against
what?
at all.
Maybe this is how you figure it out.
Maybe this is how you find
Like,
out.
I really dig apples and sugar cubes.
And
I
carrots.
wonder if someone will put a and carrots.
Carrots.
Yes.
And carrots.
I mean, I don't dislike baby carrots.
I know. Maybe I'm a horse, or maybe I just want to play one when I'm naked. Who knows?
You never know.
You
You
never
never know.
You can try both and see which one it is. Wait. Can we talk about something on the internet that? Wait, I have a question. Talk about something on the internet that also made me laugh, but is less kinky, maybe potentially as gross. I think I was already telling John this. You texted me the other day. It was like, swear to God, it was like 1 a.m. my time. And it was just a TikTok. No, I was awake, obviously. I don't sleep. I haven't slept ever since I started growing this human.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good, healthy.
It was just a TikTok video with some lady putting cabbage slices under her eyes. And all it said was like, I remember you were thinking about like how to solve your under eye bags. Maybe you should try this.
Dude, I really set you up to send me the best video or picture ever. I like expected the next day a picture of you with cabbage on your face, and I never got it. What the fuck?
I'm gonna try
Go.
it. I swear
You've
to
got
God.
so many plants behind you right now.
It's true.
Grab some
It's
cabbage.
true. Hold on.
Yes. Let me just pick some
Let me
cabbage.
just clip some cabbage. I literally, like, every time I go to the grocery store, I'm like, Matt, bring me a cabbage. And he's like, I'm not gonna let you put that shit on your face. I'm like, no, I'm gonna try. Because
I don't know. I feel like they have those secret beauty things, which is why they always look like they're 12, and it's so unfair.
But at the same time, like half of the TikTok beauty trends are like just to get people to look like idiots. It's like just
but you don't have to do it publicly. Just let me know when it doesn't work. Like, text me on the side. You want to be on Instagram Live going, guys, the cabbage does not work.
Found out. Guess what? I smell awful, and I still have these giant bags under my eyes. Damn it.
Yeah. I was really hoping you were going to discover the secret for us.
I think the secret might just be fillers. Real talk.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll talk.
Science.
Can you do fillers while you're pregnant, or do you have to wait?
I think you have to wait.
Do you really?
I think you do. Yeah, I think you have to wait.
Can you at least get the baby fillers?
What are baby fillers?
No, I'm saying, fillers for the baby.
Oh, I'm
Make
like,
sure
what?
they come out with no
get
wrinkles.
Yeah, we want the baby to have, no bags under the baby's eyes.
I
Come
thought it
on.
was like a new thing, and I was like, you
No.
like baby highlights? But
Yeah,
baby fillers?
baby fillers. They're tiny little
Baby
fillers,
fillers.
Nikki. You should get
Yeah.
those right before you go to sanctionals. It's going to be great.
I should. If I would, I could truly
Yes.
right now. I would be
Truly.
like, get a little bit of this, get a little bit in here, just a little.
Dang. Actually, that's like the most stressful time in a woman's life. Like your stress lines of your forehead have to come back. That's just cruel. It's just cruel. You sure that's a thing? They used to think that you couldn't have any alcohol, and now women are drinking wine all throughout pregnancy.
All the whole time.
Are you sure I can't get some Botox?
Dude, the number of people who every time I post something about like missing booze, because like you can't drink when you're pregnant, but every time I post something, the number of DMs I get of women who like now are my doctor, who are like, I drank X number of glasses of wine a week and I was fine. You're totally fine. I'm like, oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
You.
It's like, how is Stacy doing on the poll? Is it okay?
Yes.
You good?
Just making sure.
God.
I mean, also nothing against people who everybody is different, and yes, people can have whatever, but like I'm choosing not to. But it's just funny how many people slide in and they're like, "Ooh, let me tell you though that
As soon as you say anything on the internet, like saying anything, people become therapists, doctors, your best friend, teachers, and it's just like, yeah, go ahead. I was just letting you know a decision of my life. I was not asking for advice, but thank you for the unsolicited bombardment of DMs. Awesome.
It's true. It oftentimes comes from a good place, especially I feel like when you're pregnant, people are like, hey, I've done this before. And if it's new for you, you're probably asking questions and freaking out. So it comes from a place of love, but I'm still just like, yeah, cool. Anyway, I'm just going to keep doing my own thing.
How many messages are you getting like that? You have a bunch of people message you with medical advice?
No, not really. For the most part, people listen to this though, and they send me baby names, baby name ideas.
What did they send you?
Yeah.
I got a couple, actually, more than one person in the last week sent me the name Axel.
Yes, I love it.
I know, I do too. I don't hate it. Matt's
I
not
actually
into
do
it.
like that.
I do too.
Axel Rose was a redhead too, so it's perfect.
Was he?
Yes, Major Ginger.
How do you not know that?
I don't know. I guess I can only picture him with a bandana on. How do I not know that?
True.
Is my love for redheads that public, you guys? Jesus.
A little bit.
I mean, shit.
I am here for Axel. I think Axel is a great name. Axel Brazier.
I like Axel.
Yes.
I don't hate
You know what? I mean, Dani could also, go both ways.
It's true. You know that I was almost Dani, right?
Really?
Yeah, I was almost Danielle.
Man, what a trip that would have been.
Could have been.
John would have had Dani and Dani.
Oh, I couldn't live with two Danis.
Never would have happened. No.
I can't
He'd be like,
control you guys now.
Should have Dani Speegle on the show, but
yeah, I actually probably would have gotten screwed if you had been named Dani. I never would have been able to hang out with you guys. So thanks for letting me be in the club.
Thanks, man.
I am all for tell Matt. Axel Brazier sounds like a rock star.
I know.
Yeah.
Sounds like a badass. I don't know if it's a rock star, but it's a badass. It sounds
like
name.
So many things. He could be NFL player, rock star. Yeah. Like he could just awesome neurosurgeon. Like there's just so many names. So many
things.
Yeah, so many names out there that just like commands like respect, and that one's one of them.
I know. I also think, and he still won't let me. I keep trying to bring back Tiberius, but he won't let me do it.
No, I'm gonna go ahead and like.
Really?
I like Axel. Yeah.
Tiberius is the greatest name. Ty Brazier sounds like a superhero.
Look, I'm visualizing Axel Brazier walking into a bar in Rhode Island back when he's 21 and walking up to some girl and buying her a drink and going, "Hi, I'm Axel Brazier," and she just goes, "Oh my God, what a hot name!"
Oh my God.
Yeah, and her clothes just fall off.
They just fall. Yeah,
they just
tear to the floor.
Instantly. Every time he walks in the room.
This is my son. Okay, gross.
Exactly.
I feel like every mother secretly wants their son to be a stud. They're like,
totally.
Please.
It's totally true. No, I've thought about it. Does that make me a weird like pre-mom where I'm like, I really hope the kid's hot?
No, because It's sad. It is when you're just like, oh,
Oh,
I could have done better for you.
Yeah,
Because you
yeah,
blame yourself, I'm
sorry.
sure. You're like, dang,
We talk about it all the time.
my
We're like,
bad.
man, it'll be cool if the kid looks like us, but what if it only looks like my dad?
Ooh.
Because my dad's genetics run like so strong. Like you look at my brother and I and our dad, and you're like, oh yeah, your kids for sure, your kids. And I'm like, damn it, what if that's all I pass is like Felix genes?
Felix.
Yeah,
Good name too.
I
See, this is
know.
making me really like Axel even
I
more though.
know. I
Yes.
know.
You got to
It's an
outdo
option.
Felix, and that's hard.
It's tough.
Yeah, it's tough. That's a tough one. It's a tough cookie. Yeah.
Axel,
We'll
it
see.
is. The baby has been named,
The
everyone.
baby has been named. I
Baby
will
has
let
been named.
Matt know. Just
Yeah.
just inform him.
When you're
It's
done,
been
go.
decided.
Listen, Matt. John and Danny decided our baby's name, our entire future. Sorry, Danny just finished second in the U.S. We have to go with her
Yeah,
recommendation.
Have to.
I need some kind of celebratory present from you. So like
Yeah.
this is it. I get
This
to
will be
name
it.
your unborn child.
Perfect.
It's a small price.
It's actually kind of nice having the responsibility lifted from me because honestly, every time I think about it, I stress. I'm like, how do you name a
Yeah.
human for God's sake?
Matt can pick the middle name. That's a pretty
Yeah.
important job. Yeah.
Very important.
What was the
Because-
other name
Yes.
you had on the last show? I don't remember. So with the B. What was it?
Braden. Someone sent me Braden.
Yeah,
I liked it.
someone sent us a picture of his kid, Braden. I made fun of the name, and they're like, "Oh, here's my son, Braden." I'm like, "Oh, it looks great on him." Like, I don't. What am I supposed to say to that?
He's great.
Yeah, I'm sure he's
That's just me.
great.
Why would you do that? Why would you even like set someone up like that? You'd be like, well, my kid is this. You're like, great. Like,
Fabulous. I already
cool.
told you I hated that name. Let's move
now
on.
we're just in this awkward like situation. Like, are you happy now?
Are you happy? I'm not happy. Is
Yeah.
this what you
Well,
wanted to happen?
To be fair,
God.
he was a very cute kid, and he looked like a
Yeah.
Braden. So
Yeah.
still no
I
Axel.
like it. I like the name suggestions. People can continue sending them. It's interesting.
Any others?
There were a couple more. A couple that keep getting repeated. I've gotten Cole a couple times.
I had a cold that picked on me in elementary school. We can't have that.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck that name then.
Screw that kid.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Nope.
Mhm.
Nope.
So,
I've gotten,
get
and it
rid of that
actually was
one.
already on my list. I've gotten Logan a couple times. Logan's already on my list, oddly enough, which I like. I like
No.
that name.
Logan's a
No?
lacrosse
Axel
player.
Logan.
Logan's a
Axel Logan.
lacrosse player who gets accused of assaulting someone. You can't
Whoa!
use Logan. Yeah, you can't use
Well,
Logan.
now I can't,
Yeah.
for God's sakes. Jeez.
Yeah, you can't use Logan. No.
All right, that one is officially ruined. What else, Nikki?
Officially
What else
off
do
the
we
list.
accuse these
Do you know
names
what was
of?
on? Do you know what was on my list for a while? It was the name Steele, like Steele. I knew a guy named Steele. I just thought it was really cool when he introduced
Axel
his-
Steelbrazier.
Perfect.
There it is.
I liked
Done.
it, but then someone told me that that's a porno name, and I was like, well, fuck, like
Well,
I can't do that now.
It might be a
Well-
porno. Yeah, it could be. Yeah,
It is.
You're
It's
giving him career
Steele
options.
Brazier. Yeah, come
career
on.
options. That's all this
No.
is.
Now it's
Career
off the
options.
list.
Yeah.
Dang. That's kind of sad.
I
So
know.
sad.
Besides, he's going to be a
Dang.
ginger. He has absolutely no chance to be in porn, so that works out.
I don't know. I think there's an audience. There's an audience.
Is there? There's an audience
Yes.
for that?
Yes, there is.
There's gotta be. Oh, Bean.
I know.
Mm.
Bean's back. He won't leave me alone. He's
He
in a mood.
missed
He's
you,
like,
you
well,
were
Dad's
gone.
been gone so long.
He's in a mood.
My cat, on the other hand, is a devil.
What?
I love him. Yeah, it's a toxic relationship for sure. Like,
Oh.
he wakes me up at 6 a.m. every single morning because he wants to be fed at 6 a.m. He can't wait for 7:30 or 8 when I need to be up. It has to be 6 a.m. And if I don't do it, he starts playing with the sliding glass door that's the closet in the bedroom. And so it just like, like, God. The other day I snapped, guys. I threw a pillow at my cat. I snapped. I snapped hard. And all he did was avoid said pillow and continue to bah, 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 bah. So, and then he like comes up and cuddles and is all loving. So it's really toxic. He like pisses me off and then he goes, but I'm so cute. So that's where I am in my relationship with my
See.
cat.
I don't normally let Bean sleep in my bed, but I let him sleep in there last night because I've been gone for a few days and I wanted him to reacclimate. And so this morning I wake up to him on my chest, kneading my beard,
Biscuit.
loudly meowing in my face. Like you can't even make this up. He's kneading my beard, and his face is like, if this microphone were my face, it's like just like this, and the loudest meow you could imagine, like just kneading it like this. Give him one of
No.
these.
No.
Oh, it was
No.
terrible. It was so bad. I'm like,
It
bro,
was
No.
my cat,
no.
like, has trauma from him because he was like abandoned and all this. And I think he was like pulled away from his mom way too early, but he still suckles. And there's a blanket on the bed that he goes crazy for. Like, if you hide it, will like start ripping the comforter to like get to the blanket. And he just like sits there
You should
loudly
You should send him to
for
Nikki.
hours.
Oh yeah. Soon I will be able to
Heal my cat,
sustain him.
Nikki.
Yes.
God, with
Come
your
latch. Everyone's doing it.
yeah, Nikki can help out. Like,
I can help. Latch on, little guy. I'm growing these on purpose.
oh, on purpose.
Oh my god. So
Oh
this
my
is
god.
it's a wild life around the Brazier household.
It is.
Yeah,
I'm
seems
telling
like it.
you, it's
Before
weird. It's a
before we
weird
wrap up,
process.
we'll have to bring Danny into the know, but I have to ask, how are the chickens?
You have chicken?
I told you. Yeah. Wait,
Yeah, she's a
you didn't
chicken
know
mom.
that?
Yeah,
They're
she
all
has
named
chickens.
after Harry Potter characters.
So Danny, last time Nikki and
How
I
did I not know
talked,
that?
they had a chicken that had problems and couldn't get an egg out. And I
Uh-huh.
want you to just
Oh,
imagine
no.
how you help get an egg out of a chicken. Do I need to walk you through this?
Ah!
Let me walk you. I can walk you through this if you need me to, but it's very graphic. It's very graphic.
So everything
I
I
just
read,
want to know, Nikki, was it you? Was it you had to
no,
stick
it
your
wasn't
hand in
me.
there?
It was Matt.
No, it's
Dang,
It wasn't
Matt.
me. It was awesome because like we don't know, we're not chicken experts, so like something was up and she wasn't feeling well, and so like I just did some like Googling and everything. All signs pointed to her being egg bound. Like she had a little egg stuck in her oviduct or whatever. In her birdgina is what I like to call it.
Birdgina.
But everything online said all you need to do is like put on a glove and get some lube on there, and like if you just gently get into that birdgina, you should be able to feel the egg like right there. Like you should be able to be like, oh, that's the problem. So I told Matt, and I'm like, you have to do this. Obviously he grew up on a farm, so like that kind of stuff is not weird to him. But I'm expecting him to come downstairs to the coop with like a glove and some lube or Vaseline or something. He just came downstairs with a little ramekin full of olive oil. He was like, all right, let's do this.
I'd be like, no, we're not cooking her. We're not cooking her. We're just
No,
we're just
I would
getting
be
an
like,
egg out.
I'd be like, I need 17 layers of glove to put my finger anywhere
Yeah.
near her. And he was like, I got it. People who grew up on farms, man, easy peasy.
And was it just like a little fingertip and it was there, or was
No,
he
you got to
in
go
her?
in 2 inches. 2 inches,
Yeah.
you got to get in there.
Two inches.
Two knuckles. Two knuckles, Danny.
Yeah.
That's great.
Two
I
knuckles.
know. Well,
Two
anyway, the
knuckles.
update is
Dang.
nothing happened for a few days, and we were doing all the things, giving her little warm baths and massaging her belly and all the things you're supposed to do, and still nothing happened. So I had to call the farm vet to like come to our house.
Oh my god.
And
Wait,
give
he
her
didn't get the
medicine
egg
and
out?
stuff.
He had to
He couldn't even feel it.
Didn't even get the egg.
He couldn't even feel an egg. Right, I know. And then the farm vet came, right? So $200 later, we're still like giving the chicken warm baths every night with Epsom salts. And like literally when Steph was here taking an ice bath, I was like, do you want Epsom salts? I have them for my chicken. Like,
Oh my god.
we had just bought them.
Oh,
I don't know.
my
And now
god, this
she still
chicken's
hasn't-
getting treated better than me.
I know. She
Matt's
hasn't had
buying
her
his-
spa
every night.
days.
Matt's buying this chicken
Massages.
little glasses of wine, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I know. And now she still hasn't laid an egg, but she's acting totally fine.
Mm.
So I
Maybe she
wonder.
just was feeling neglected.
Yeah, she just
She
wanted
just
a day at
needed
the
some
spa.
TLC.
Mm.
Yeah.
She wanted
Sometimes it just has to happen.
just wanted a little time with Matt. That's all she wanted.
Just some
And
one-on-one
she got it.
time
Nikki,
with Matt
how
and some
many
olive oil.
how many chickens do you have?
We have 6.
Okay, name them all.
Okay, so there's Poppy and there's Rosie.
Mhm.
There's Mrs.
Okay.
Fig. There's Queenie.
Uh-huh.
There's Quaffles too. And we used to have Waffles and Quaffles. They were twins, but then
Oh no.
yeah,
Oh, no.
Waffles was not long for this earth. Did I say all 6? That's 6
Hmm.
names.
That's 6.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that for you, chicken mom.
How many
Yeah.
has Matt been inside of?
Yeah, just the one. Just the one that I know of. Wait, maybe that's how you find out you're into chickens.
Yeah,
Maybe.
you have to get an egg-bound chicken. Is that what it is?
And then you're like,
egg-bound.
maybe I'm
It's like,
into
this is my
Well,
thing.
maybe actually, yeah.
Well, we keep
Dang, could
joking
do
that
this
we need
every
to
night.
find. We keep joking we need to find some way for Matt to start an OnlyFans and start pulling his weight around this house. You know,
Maybe
like
that's
get
it.
a little side hustle going, and maybe it's like dudes holding chickens or something. I don't know.
Dudes holding chickens.
Now every time you order
You
KFC,
should-
he gets aroused. It's terrible. So bad.
He's coming home
John.
with like rotisserie chickens from the grocery
Yes.
store.
Boston Market's his favorite place.
Oh no, it's bad. It's gross.
Dang.
He's
Actually,
gonna
you
kill
know
me. If
what?
he listened to this podcast, he would kill me, but he doesn't listen. There you go.
Oh, supportive.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Speaking of rotisserie chickens, just gonna throw this out there. Costco has the best rotisserie chickens. They're always so
Really?
large. Yeah, dude.
They're like
Huh.
$5.
I don't know what they're I don't know what they're feeding those things. They say all natural. Bullshit. These things are bigger than me. These chickens are
Whoa.
huge.
Are you saying the
They're so
Costco
big.
chickens have implants? Is that what you're saying, Danny?
Yeah.
They're not all
That
natural.
tastes delicious.
Not all
Mm.
natural.
Yeah.
They're not all natural. They are.
But you
and
get
they're
you get your
inexpensive.
bang for your buck.
Oh.
Well, you get so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very inexpensive.
I can't
Just fun fact.
I can't do rotisserie chicken anymore, which is very sad. Now that we have chickens as pets, I'll never be a vegetarian. I will always eat chicken, but something about bringing it home in the literal shape of the bird that I have in the backyard, I'm like, someone's got to pull the meat
Yeah.
off this bone for me. I can't do it anymore.
I can totally see how that would be a little weird after that. Yeah. Me, on the other hand, I'm a total savage and I just like dig in. Like I don't like knife and fork it. I'm just like raw hand. I'm just like
Yeah.
just going to town. It's truly savage. I could have lived in like the caveman days. I would have thrived.
Mm.
Hmm?
Far late. Mhm.
Until I had to like fight like a tiger or something. I don't think I would have been made for that. I also don't think I'm made to like go collect fruit. So I don't really know what my role would have been back then. I just would have moved rocks. That's what I would have done.
Do you guys
Would have
need this
moved some
boulder
rocks.
moved? I can totally do that for you. You go hunt and I'll be over here. I got you though.
You
with this
hunt, you
boulder.
cook. I'm gonna roll this rock.
You know, when I edit this podcast, I have to write a summary for it, and it has been such a fucking roller coaster. It has been such a roller coaster from end to end. I don't know what I'm gonna say. I have no
I actually
idea.
feel bad. People might actually listen to this podcast going like, "Oh, we're gonna find out like what Danny's gonna do for the season," and all I've talked about is kinky sex, rolling boulders, and chicken vaginas. I apologize to anyone who thought they were gonna find out what I'm doing for working out.
I feel like
I'm
I
rolling
should
rocks.
apologize because I should have been asking those questions. And instead I'm like, do you want to hear about virginas? Like,
No, I think it took a turn for the better. We talked
Yeah.
about fitness for a really long time.
we did.
We're
We
giving the
got there.
people what they actually want. They don't know they want it, but then they're like, you know what? This was a breath of fresh air.
They don't.
I don't care about
Better.
power cleans. Vaginas
Yeah.
are where it's at.
They
This is
don't-
where it's at.
They don't know if they wanted. They didn't know they needed the debate between hot dogs and tacos, but they got it.
They got it.
Oh, I forgot about the competitive eating thing. That's where we kind of lost it.
That's
Yes.
That was
it.
the precipice. Yeah.
I
that
do
was-
think is Dani now been on the show the most? out of
Yes,
everyone?
she's the reigning champion of returning
Woo!
guests.
Boom. God. Do I get like an award?
Maybe.
Doughnut. You guys have to come visit me and I'll take you to Doughnut Bar. That's the reward. So
I'll
when
literally
are
come
you guys
tomorrow.
gonna come out to San Diego?
Well, geez, let me check my super busy schedule. It turns out I'm free.
I know.
Ooh.
I'm ready to come out there. Let's do it.
That would be wonderful.
Let's go.
Oh, please.
Let's go. I'm
You guys
fully
just let me-
vaccinated
you guys
and
just
ready to travel.
Let me know. You guys just we should do like a little series and you can come a week in the life of Dani and we'll just eat so many donuts people will be disgusted and tacos.
I'm there.
Come after
I
the
am-
games, please.
I am
Okay,
I
deal.
am fully in. I've always
Deal.
wanted. I've had this concept. I've always wanted to do an interview and call it row nuts. And what you do is you row and eat donuts while you're rowing and ask
There was
questions.
a thing.
It'd
There
be
was
great.
a thing like that. Was it Caffeine and Kilos, or someone did like a rowing and donut eating challenge last year?
Oh, it'd be so much fun.
I thought it was burpees. I thought it was like they did 10 burpees and ate a donut as fast as they can.
No,
Is that what you're talking about?
There was definitely
on the
rowing
rower?
involved. Yeah, for sure. Because I filmed Matt doing it and I was like, this is gross on every level.
See, I think what you would do is you do like a 200 to 250 meter sprint, eat a donut. And you do that until you can either puke or you can no longer eat donuts, whichever.
Oh, so it's kind of like a beer mile, but it's donut row.
Yeah, you just.
I got it.
Yeah, you just go until you can't. I don't know how many rounds you could do.
It also depends on the type of donut. Because let me tell you, a regular donut you could do a lot of, but let me tell you how freaking thick that Pop-Tart donut was. That thing had some weight to her. She was thick. She was gooey. She was messy. And then you got it all over the rower. Do I have to wash my hands before I get back on the rower? What's the rules, John?
So I did this workout once where it was going to be 20 rounds. I didn't have chips, but what I did have was rice cakes, right? And they were like little mini rice cakes. And I'm like, well, this is a great idea. You eat a rice cake at the end of each round, then you know when you're done, right? Well, about 5 rice cakes in, I'm like, I'm going to choke to death. I am literally going to choke to death on these on these dry ass rice cakes.
Dry mouth.
And because we're racing, because it's CrossFit and you have to race, you're eating fast. So I'm like, I might literally choke to death because I'm getting back into push-ups and air squats as I'm doing this, So I can only imagine.
Why didn't you just move them over? Like, instead of like, oh, after every round I'll eat one and then I'll know when I've done 20 rounds.
Because they were delicious,
Are
Nikki.
you really? Yeah. Were they the cinnamon ones?
Yeah.
Those are bomb.
Yes, they were delicious.
So
they were
good.
cinnamon.
I like the chocolate ones. I dip them in peanut butter.
Yeah, they were good.
Ooh.
So my point is, a donut would
maybe
probably
something
kill
that's
you.
more lubricated. Yeah, maybe more lubricated next time, or something that you can easily swallow, like a peanut M&M.
Yeah,
you can just swallow that thing. It might hurt a little bit, but at least it won't choke you.
It might hurt so good.
Might hurt so good.
Maybe that's how you find out you're into that.
Yeah.
Oh
or you slurp a noodle, like a wet noodle, like in fettuccine, Alfredo, like Alfredo sauce. You just real quick and it's just gone.
Yeah. It just hits
or maybe
the back of your throat.
Or actually that could be dangerous. Like when you only half swallow a noodle and you have half of it still in your mouth and it's half of it in your throat and you panic because you don't know what to do. And you're just like, yeah,
you can't really breathe. But
imagine doing a row.
Speak.
Yeah.
No.
Imagine rowing with that. I actually think my soul would just leave my body at that point and be like, and we are done with this life. I don't want this anymore.
Been a good run.
And I've lost control again. Second time.
Sorry. We can
second
be done.
time per episode.
We can be done.
Last one, watermelon balls. Those will be so easy to do after row. Like a watermelon ball scooper. Yeah. You pop one of those bad boys, you also get hydrated.
All right,
it disappears in your mouth.
So here's what we have to figure out then.
In your mouth.
In your mouth hole. So we'll figure out, we'll come out to San Diego. We'll do a week in a life with Dani. We'll do 5 different workouts. Every workout requires a different food. So Dani, you got to figure out the food. Sounds like we have watermelon balls and donuts, or at least 2 of them.
Yes.
If we're all doing this together, I'm going to do the most outrageous food. Perfect. I'm watermelon off the table. You guys, we're gonna give the people what they want.
You guys
do tacos.
You're gonna have to get real crazy because outrageous food is kind of the name of the game these days for me. Like, what is the food combo? I will eat it. I've weirdly probably already tried it. My body was like, how about sweet and salty in a combination you've never expected before? We're doing it.
Have you ever had bacon peanut butter French toast?
No.
Girl, I just changed your life.
Great.
There's a place here called Breakfast Republic, and they do what's called the Presley, because I guess Elvis Presley was really famous for the peanut butter bacon combo.
Yes.
And they do French toast and they line it with bacon and peanut butter, and they give you this this beautiful little roll of French toast. I'm salivating. I can't I'm like literally full of spit right now. But it's peanut butter and bacon, and it was so good. So we should do that.
I would totally.
The peanut butter coats your mouth, and you definitely can't open your mouth, and then you have to row. That's how you murder someone.
That's how you die. I was gonna say that's asphyxiation right there, through and through. come out to California, get murdered by Dani. Yeah. Okay, this would be great. We need a videographer. If anyone wants to volunteer for us for the week, this will be awesome. Yeah. We'll just
perfect.
We'll make it happen. We'll do this after games. That way you won't be training. Yeah. And I won't be pregnant.
Or if I die, I at least had one more season.
Fair.
Yeah. Cool.
All right, Dani. Well, thank you for coming on and completely blowing up our podcast again. This is great.
Oh, you are so welcome. Thanks for having me.
Of course.
If anyone gets close to my record of being on here the most, I will come on again. So.
Good. We'll call you right back.
Close? We only have one other person close to her. Who is it? Is it John David or Haley? Maybe Haley.
Haley, Ben, Steph. Well, I don't know if Steph counts because she hosted the show with
she's
you.
kind of a host. She doesn't count.
Yeah.
I have to think about. I'm going to look it up.
Guys. Well, I want to forever hold the title, so I guess I'll see you guys in a month.
Yeah. We'll just call you in a little bit, and one of them comes back on and be like, "Oh, sorry, you have to get back on with us."
Perfect.
Right.
Maybe next time I'll write out. We'll write out things, John, and you can hold the floor for longer than 40 minutes. That'll be the goal. That you remain in control for longer than 40 minutes.
No, because that ruins the magic. That ruins the magic. This is too much fun.
I don't know if this was magic.
Yeah. Too much fun.
Yes. This was magical. Thanks. Yep. Thanks, guys.
All right, really ladies. Appreciate it. Well, thank you, Dani and Nikki. Thank you. Tell Matt to enjoy his chicken.
I will, definitely.
And enjoy the baby name that we've given him.
Now chosen for him.
Now chosen. Baby Axel Brazier.
Baby Axel.
Baby Axel.
All right. Well, for everyone listening, we appreciate you guys joining our foolishness tonight, and we will chat with you guys soon.